have to aggressively fight for it. Otherwise, do you really want it? I am Samella Watson, and I am a two-time tech founder and currently bringing Block to life. But before I could tell you about Block, I have to tell you about the first company, which is Samella. I was working in the hotel industry. I just thought that they can do better, right? In terms of guest experience, customer service, be more innovative. And while I was at work one day, it hit me like, well, if you think that they can do better, why don't you do something about it? And I'm like, okay. And so I didn't have any tech experience, any entrepreneurial experience. I just started researching, reading, understanding what that means to be a founder, and start going to events. And that's how I built the confidence to jump out the window and turn myself into a tech founder. Block essentially allows the everyday person to rent properties with the owner's permission to then put it on the short-term rental platforms of the world, such as Airbnb and VRBO. But Block takes it a step further. We make those properties turnkey. So you could think of us as the short-term rental landlord, per se. If you are a first-time founder, more than likely you're used to doing everything with your family and your friends. Once you are being stretched to build this business, to go into the unknown, that requires you to also be willing to make friends who are also on that same journey and who are also building. And so it can be lonely if you don't do the work to source the people who you need at that phase in life. We did a soft beta, and in my mind I had everything under control. I did the timeline right. In the midst of onboarding our customers, we kept running into inventory problems, right? But they were like things that you couldn't prepare for because you didn't know that it would even be a thing. It's something different about when somebody paid you a lot of money to do a thing and you not being able to do the thing, one, and then the thing being out of your control. Understand that the challenges are going to be there, but really, is it a challenge, or did you just make it up in your head? Miami is beautiful. When I moved here, I didn't know I was going to be a founder. But once I realized I really got into the community. And at that time, there were only a few Black founders or on the tech scene, or community builders on the tech scene. I remember filling out for a boot camp like 3 times in a row. And so finally on the 3rd time I got in. I was the only Black founder in the room. I had to tell myself, this is not the truth. You're not the only Black founder out here. It wasn't, you know, at that time it wasn't sexy to write checks in Miami. They would tell you, like, you're gonna have a hard time raising, 1, because you're a Black woman, 2, because it's Miami. Even just from a Latin America side, they would let the founders know, do not apologize. My eyes light up. I love getting the emails from Refresh Miami saying this founder raised this founder raised that. We have so much work to do as it relates to Black founders, so much work to do. And these are conversations that generally make people uncomfortable. And honestly, I don't care because I'm uncomfortable as well because I'm having to deal with it. I can't really see myself anywhere else because Miami is doing such an amazing job with the diversity that we're seeing, right? And so when it relates to women, I love seeing a woman on stage. I don't have to know her. I don't know her product. I don't know anything, but I do know that she is making room for other women. She's surrounded by other women. We do need to take up space. We absolutely can still be soft while we're doing it. We can absolutely be aggressive when we need to be, right? I'm just happy to be a part of it, honestly. The 20-year-old Samella, I would let her know that you're gonna be a boss when you get older. I will let her know that it's, whew, everything she went through is not in vain. And you're gonna be a change agent, and it's bigger than you. Imagine a bag of potato chips, and it's dumped out on the table, and now God, like, deal with every crumb on this table before we can go and build this unicorn. I honestly feel like I went through a spiritual awakening, and I think me and one of my really good friends, we talk about this all the time, like, why is this not part of the founder journey that's talked about? And what you're really doing is being stretched so that you can be prepared to think like a founder of a unicorn business. If I had the opportunity to empower the next generation, of course, I would give specific information based on what's happening with them, but just the overall underserved, underrepresented, undersupported community, I would let them know that you don't need their permission. You don't need their permission. You can do whatever you want to do. You could be as big as you want to be. You could be as great as you want to be. You got to wake up every morning to fight for it. And maybe today's fight is just, I really worked 8 hours straight. And maybe tomorrow's fighting is crying, dealing with your mess. And the next day fight is balancing family, work, friendship. But you have to aggressively fight for it. Otherwise, do you really want it?